Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday we saw corrections in US market as well. The impact of Evergrande property company in China has also been felt even in the US. But as we had indicated that this is a short-term impact, today we are seeing even the future market is. Future US futures are marginally positive. China and Korea market are again closed today. Uh, but Hong Kong, which was down substantially yesterday, is somehow trading in the uh, marginal range, marginally down and trying to come back in the futures in the positive. Whereas Japanese market, which was closed yesterday, has opened and is in negative. Uh, we had seen substantial decline yesterday and may see some recovery of that in today's trade. Even the real estate sector, which was down substantially yesterday in Hong Kong, is up by around 2% today. So today will be more of a bounce back trade. In commodity, oil is at 74.5. Yesterday it was at 74.8. So nothing so great change. Whereas aluminum and copper, which is close to China, but aluminum is down by around 1% yesterday, and even copper is down by around 3%. So and one more thing is that the Fed meeting is starting today. I think this is a crucial meeting which will be giving some indications to the overall direction of the market as well. China Fed will be coming out with a statement tomorrow in the evening. So today the meeting is starting, but the outcome will be tomorrow evening. Therein, though the rates and everything is expected to remain flattish, but the crucial point is when the tapering will be starting and how much will be the tapering starting. We had seen that the inflation came up and even the job data which were in the last which came was not enough to indicate very substantial decrease in the tapering. But let us see what the outcome is and how the Fed take it this way. So one need to be careful about the Fed meeting outcome. Now I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Very good morning, everyone. This is Ayush Mehta. I'll be covering the technical part for today. As we had mentioned during the yesterday's call also that the profit booking or selling pressure is expected, and we had witnessed the same in yesterday's trading session. For today, if we take the cues from the global markets, we feel Nifty will have a gap of opening around 50-60 points, and we might witness a sideways move during the day. Well, looking at Nifty, it gave a closing around 17,400. So immediate intraday resistance for Nifty is placed at 17,500. And if Nifty breaks that and have a closing above that, then we may expect a further rally towards 17,620, followed by 17,700. Whereas if there's a change in momentum and Nifty starts trading in negative or red zone, then immediate intraday support for Nifty lies at 17,300, followed by 17,200 levels. We feel it is going to be a stock specific market today, and we request everyone to trade with strict stop losses. Moving on to the Bank Nifty, even Bank Nifty in Bank Nifty yesterday's session gave a closing of 37,167. For today, immediate intraday resistance for Bank Nifty is at 37,500. And if Bank Nifty breaks that level, then we may expect a further rally towards 37,840, followed by 38,100. Whereas intraday support for Bank Nifty lies at 36,900, followed by 36,550. Moving on to Nifty Financial Services, it gave a closing around 18,200. For this index, immediate resistance is placed at 18,450, followed by 18,680. Whereas intraday support is placed at 18,080, and if there's a closing below that, then 18,000 will be the important support level. From stock specific point of view, Hindustan Unilever looks good at the current levels. It can be bought for the targets of 2870 by keeping a stop loss of 2765. Well, that's all from me. I request derivative guys to take the call forward.
Thank you, Ayush. See, on the derivative front, one very big factor that is happening is the VIX. You see the VIX, even though in the last week when we were going up, except for the Friday, the VIX continued to rise. And yesterday, with a fall of about 200 points on Nifty, you've seen a 14% rise in India VIX. It's an anomaly. It has gone above the 17 levels, and it suggests that one should remain very cautious now. Hedge all your longs, because such a high VIX would actually mean that probably something somewhere is happening, because of which the market can fall from here, and very likely fall very aggressively. So at this point of time, looking at the VIX and the cost of carry, the picture seems to be not that very good. So at this point of time, I would suggest everyone that do hedge against your long, and if you are having profits in your positions, in your trading positions, book profits and move out. Now the next real support for Nifty comes only at 17,000 levels. There's not much of a base in forms of puts. The highest put base is around the 17,000 levels, and that is where the best support at this point of time is there for Nifty. And now 17,500 becomes a strong resistance on the upside again. From the stock specific front, see again, there are certain stocks which are doing very well. Like there was selling yesterday, but you saw Reliance, Bharti, or an ONGC, standing up to the selling. And these stocks are probably likely to stand up further, and they are going to move up. So in all likelihood, the telecom stocks will continue to perform, and along with that, ONGC has seen good amount of short covering, and some in the previous few sessions, long built up as well. So I believe ONGC is likely to move up as well. So one can buy these stocks. While on the selling front, metal stocks have broken important support areas. So the likes of Tata Steel, SAIL, Hindalco, NMDC, all of these stocks have broken important supports, and they are likely to see further selling in the coming sessions. So one can look to avoid metals at this point of time. That's it from my side. I like to ask the fundamental team to take over this.
Good morning. Texmaco Rail and Engineering has said that they will now diversify into associated railway services like track maintenance and rail signaling. So this is a positive. Carlyle will be selling its stake which is left in SBI Cards. So I think still they have around 6.5% of stake left, out of which they will be selling 3.4% in a price band of 10212 to 1072. Yesterday's close was 1072, so the share will be sold at a discount between 0 to 5%. So stock may see some impact. Also today, one IPO will be opening for application, Paras Defense and Space Technologies, and it will close on Thursday, 23rd. We have an avoid rating on the IPO. Issue size is around 170 crores. Market cap post listing will be close to 700 crores, and issue price is 175 per share. The USP of this IPO, Paras Defense and Space, is its technological prowess on the optical lens side. So basically these lenses are used in satellites which the ISRO sends. So from 2018 onwards, every satellite that ISRO has sent has had some optical part of Paras. The company also supplies some electronic and heavy engineering parts to the defense sector. So on the business side, it seems to be a decent company, but along with this, there are some negatives on the financial side. So ROE and ROC are poor with ROE of just 8%. And more importantly, the working capital over here, since the customer basically is the government, the working capital is very long. Cycle is almost more than a year. So based on that, and also steep valuations of 43 times FY21 earnings compared to much lower earnings for other listed defense plays, we feel that one should avoid this IPO. That's it from my side.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. HCL Tech has announced a 5-year digital transformation deal with MKS Instruments to improve their performance, productivity, and speed to market. This is positive to HCL Tech. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.